And I just got the letter, I got the whole story, not from Reuven, but from Eli Neumann, who's a good friend of ours in Los Angeles. Okay, all of Los Angeles knows his story. Reuven started having headaches, this and that. He went, got checked up, got here, got there. And the doctors put him in a CAT scan, and the doctors say, listen, we're not even going to bother with chemo for you. They saw inflammation in the brain. They saw stuff growing on his brain, like craters in the moon, craters in mountains that are not supposed to be there. And he said, say thank you if you live another 7 weeks. That's it. So at least 7 weeks, do what you can, enjoy yourself, and bye-bye. But they said, the Gemara says, settle your affairs, settle your home. Okay. What do? Showstopper. That's Rip Current. Rip Current. You're going to have to blue. Hey, wait a second. Maybe, okay, I understand. There's such things as a migraine. What do people do? They take Advil, aspirin, whatever they take. Or here we use that home thing. We use the Emuna remedies. Strong coffee with Hawaii. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we don't like the pill stuff. We don't like the chemistry. Okay, the Hashem's natural thing. And the Gemara says, you got to give it a headache, open up a Gemara. It seems the exact opposite. The Gemara says that a hospital will show you, so open the Torah. The Gemara says you got a headache, open up the Gemara. Go into, let your head ache over the Torah. It's measure for measure. If you force your head to ache over to understand what you're doing, then Hashem doesn't need to give you the ache and pain from the headache. All right, listen. But the poor guy's got a headache. He goes, doctor doesn't know, the headache doesn't go away. Goes and gets it checked out. And especially when a person gets tired, and his vision starts getting blurry. And they found what they found. Okay? But he's a Talmud of Rav Shalom, and he reads all the books, this and that. So what did Reuven do when he got this thing? What did he do? He went out to the field and thanked Hashem for 6 hours. Can you imagine? Young man, just been told he's got 7 weeks to live. And he went out and thanked Hashem for 6 hours. Not 1 hour, not 2 hours. Now, he had a problem because he passed out a couple of times. He got blurry, and he came back in, but it was a 6-hour session. They went, and he had a checkup a week later. Not that wasn't it. That Saturday night, he made a Lova Malka, and he got together 10 guys. What Rav Shalom writes about, he brings a segula and a special prayer from Rabbi Lazer, who was a Rishon, that if you get together 10 men and say Nishmat, then you get a big salvation. The way to do it is to say Nishmat every day. You say, Hashem, when I get the salvation, I'm going to get together 10 men. It's like a vow. It's heavy traffic. You got to keep it. And I've seen it work wonders. Okay, so we got together 10 people. They said Nishmat. We went back for a check, and the doctors were puzzled. They said the inflammation has receded. We gave you wrong information. You've got 12 weeks to live, not 7. Okay? Well, here's pretty optimistic. All right? But still, not only is not growing, it's not a little bit. Right? This after Amalova Malka and Nishmat, and after 6 hours. This is continued on, and he was debating, he should go back and get another checkup. He says, why didn't I call the Rav? He called Israel. He couldn't get a hold of the Rav personally. He got a hold of the Rav's son. And the Rav's son related, this is Reuven Kornstein on the phone from LA. And the Rav told him to do 3 things. The Rav says, number 1, do another 2 hours of thanks. Second, do a pidyon nefesh. Do a pidyon nefesh. A pidyon nefesh, for those who don't know, it literally means the redemption of the soul. In the time of the Holy Temple, you would take an animal, and the animal, sacrifice the animal, and the animal would atone for you, sacrifice. Because the person would think, hey, really, this is my blood that needs to be on the altar. But the other person would do tshuva. Okay, that's a ritual sacrifice. Okay, we don't have it, So what it does is we give money to charity, and money to charity, like especially to poor people, and they're spiritually poor people, as well as materially poor people. Bring close to this is great. It really invokes divine compassion, especially the Metzadik, like Rav Shalom does this for you. Okay? And measure for measure. You're compassionate on poor people, and Hashem is compassionate on you. That's the second advice. The third advice, go back to the doctors and have a CAT scan done. Have it redone. So he went back to the doctors. Doctors argued with him. I mean, it's expensive. A CAT scan is not a box of popcorn. It's expensive. No, Reuben didn't care. Rav Shalom said 1, 2, 3. He did his 2 hours before he went to the doctors. He sent in his pig and nefesh. He did that. And I said, "Got another CAT scan. The rabbi's got to do it, this and that." They did it. They did not believe. They did not believe. CAT scan this time came out clean. The headaches went away. So they sent him for an MRI. Okay, so he went to the MRI, and the MRI came crystal clear. Okay, today, beloved brothers and sisters, Reuven Korenstein, Korenstein, in Los Angeles, has got a clean bill of health. Whereas before, look what I did. It's right out of the Gemara. It's right out of the Gemara. He prayed a complete prayer, a prayer of complete Emuna. All right, so now there's a question, and we can't finish today's show without a question because we'll leave you hanging. There's a question. When do I say thank you? And when do I yell, Hashem, you gotta save me? First could say, thank you, Hashem, for the riptide. Thank you, Hashem, that my life is in danger. When does a Rav Shalom tell a person, don't pray, just say thank you? Rav Shalom tells a person not to pray and just to say thank you when that person's prayers would come out like whining. Hashem, why did you give me parnasa? Hashem, why did you give me my soulmate? When a person doesn't have complete emuna and doesn't believe that Hashem is merciful, then that prayer is going to come out like whining because he doesn't believe that Hashem wants to do good for him. Hashem wants you to be healthy more than you want to be healthy. Hashem wants you to have parnasa more than you want to have parnasa. Hashem wants you to have shalom bayit more than you want shalom bayit. Hashem wants you to have great kids. You're Hashem's child. What glory is it for Hashem when his kids are downtrodden and poor? It's no glory. But for its abundance, we need the spiritual vessel to hold the light of abundance so that the abundance doesn't make us arrogant and take us away from Hashem. Because if the abundance puts in a situation where we're not going to talk to Hashem anymore, oh, I don't need Hashem, I got parnasa. I don't need Hashem, I got good health. That's no good. Spiritually, that's no good because it's taking a person away from Hashem. So why should Hashem give a person a gift if the gift is going to take him away from Hashem? It's like giving your child chocolate-covered poison. You don't want to do that. This is the whole thing. If a person has the belief that Hashem is good and only good, that Hashem is merciful, and Hashem wants to save him, yell out all you want. Yell out all you want. But if you don't have that belief, then yelling to Hashem is going to take you away from the belief. All right. Now, if a person that needs to yell to Hashem, it's a life-saving situation, in the middle of a riptide, you don't say, Hashem, thank you for the riptide. What happens when a person gets run over by a truck, heaven forbid, 1,000,000 times separate trip? Okay, suppose its 2 legs are crushed. Hashem, thank you, my legs are crushed. No! Hashem, get me to emergency ward. Here's the whole thing. When your life is in danger, you yell out to Hashem. But believe that Hashem wants to save you. When your life is not in danger, you realize everything is from Hashem, everything's the best, and thank Hashem. This is the whole thing. You don't give a person aspirin for a broken arm. You get him fast to an orthopedic surgeon and get a sling on that arm, with a cast on that arm. This is complete prayer. And it's a fine line going between the two. Once again, I'll say it again because it's a very, very important principle. I have never, ever seen it elaborated. The book in this Gemara went through all Rishonim and Achronim, and they didn't talk about this. Rav Shalom, this is like Emuna. The Hashem gives to Rav Shalom. Once again, we have two types of Emuna that are the same. The Emuna that Hashem is merciful, and Hashem wants to save us. And the Emuna that everything is for the best. If a person with a problem does not have the Emuna that Hashem is merciful, wants to give it to him, then don't yell out to Hashem, because it's going to end up whining. When it comes out whining, it's going to do the opposite of what you want the prayer to do. Because the whining is going to put the Hashem together. You whine? Give you more reason to whine. That's fine. So a person needs to strengthen Emuna in order to get to the level of complete prayer. And then again, you don't say, Hashem, thank you, but you got to save your life. No, now's the time to yell. And so this, like Ecclesiastes says, there's a time for everything. A time to yell and a time to be silent. Okay, there's time to yell. This is what we're going from this one right here. Okay, I hope it's clear. If it's not clear,